If you remember last week, Crazy Carl was a bit tired of his bare stock radio in his 2007 Toyota Yaris. It was a basic CD player, didn't really do much more than boost bass, treble, and of course speaker selection. So Crazy Kit got into the Yaris and started installing the Toyota radio head. And we didn't quite able to get the whole thing in last week. So here's the other half of that, including the brackets and exactly how he's going to fix that very dim button for the climate control in the car.
Okay, I'm working on new radio for the Scion. And I know Kit's been working on most of this, of course, it's upside down. But we're working on the brackets, and the problem we run into is these face plates, the side plates that fill the gap, aren't matching up with holes that go through the Toyota original bracket that we have to use. So I have marked on the inside which holes line up with the Toyota bracket, and the red marks are the marks for areas where it matches up with the aftermarket faceplate brackets. And I am going to mark the inside. That's not going to work because that's at a bend. That one's at a bend, so that's not going to work. But that one and that one should be able to be used. And I am going to try to mark them and drill them out. So, wish me luck. I used a 3/16 drill bit to drill a new hole right there. You can see where the red mark kind of was. To try to open up a spot where I can bolt this bracket on. We're still not sure it's going to entirely fit perfectly, but it should get it work. Hopefully. Okay, I got that set. There's only one spot where I can make it mount up, but the two screws are underneath there, and I'm going to use some double-sided tape just to keep this from rattling up here. But it makes it line up good on the face. Oh, and also I had to go up to a 1/4-inch drill bit on the bracket so that the hole would clear good. I can show you what I'm doing. I am setting this bracket with the bracket off on here, lining it up with holes, and then going over to the back side and marking the holes that line up with it with red. The blue is where the bracket fits into the car. So, and then I'm going to knock stuff off the desk. Then I attach this plate back on. And then I will go to the back side and mark through the holes where I can line it up. Okay, I got them on. Did the same thing on that side. If you have a hole that's starting to wander on these, when you're drilling through a piece of bracket like this, what you might do is take a smaller drill bit and go from the other side, from which you're drilling, and drill back that way so you can recenter the hole. I ended up having to do that on this side. But 1/4-inch drill, line it up, and I'm going to put a piece of, on both sides, I'm going to use a piece of double stick tape. Just probably double stick Gorilla tape because it's what I've got, but any double stick tape would work. Just to help stabilize it so it doesn't rattle, since I couldn't get a screw in up there because of how the radio was placed. And here's the glue, what I've done with double stick tape. I've stacked it 4 high to get it equal with where the bolt hole was, so it has the ability to stabilize it, so it won't rattle around.
Okay, in addition to the infotainment upgrade.
Let's just pause a moment and take a look at the beautiful job that Crazy Carl has done on this radio. Ain't it gorgeous? Okay, take it away, Kit.
I'm going to be addressing another problem that a lot of Toyotas have, and that's the climate control light bulbs tend to go out or sometimes come and go, and well, Carl does not appreciate the backlighting for the gauge, or for the climate controls being green and the gauge cluster being cyan. So I'm gonna change that out. Okay, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna be able to get this with one hand, but you'll want to remove this connector by pressing that in. And you'll want to get you like a little spudger tool or pick and press it down into there. It's really hard to do with one hand, but you just have to trust me. And the little cable operated system will come right off. 1 second. Alright, that's off. And there's going to be some tabs that you have to press in. I'm trying to find them to get this whole knob out. I think it's going to be right there. I'll get it apart and show you in a second. Well, there, that's a better change of scenery. I just decided to take this thing off all the way, bring it into the nice climate control. I'm going to get these knobs out. Okay, so I'm remembering you don't technically need to get the knobs out, but you got your little bulb right there that's twist in on all of them. Some of them are a little more difficult to get to, but it'll just get you a little flathead screwdriver or something and put it in that little slot and twist it, and it should fall right out. Once you pull that out, you see you've got a little bitty halogen bulb that they put a green piece of rubber over to change the color. I was trying to get it off, but I was just tearing it. So the little LED bulbs that I have don't exactly have the same base. So what I'm gonna do is just camera, peel off these bend these contacts off and pull the bulb out of this base and put the LED one into the base of that one. I'll show you in a second. There we go. Got that halogen bulb out of that black base there. I'm gonna stick these contacts through there and wrap them around for the LED one. There we go. I don't exactly know what these bulbs are. There's so many different kinds of these bulbs. T4, T4.5, T4.7, T5 Neo Wedge. I don't. You just do what I'm doing. These are T5 Neo Wedge bulbs, and this is what I'm doing. See there? Check that out. Let's wrap the contacts around this base like it was previously, and good to go. I'm gonna try this out and see what the color is, if it matches the gauge cluster better. If it doesn't, if it needs like a little more green hue, I'll try to work this rubber off of here and shove that around there somehow in order to influence the color a little bit. We'll see. Okay, so these bulbs are light or ice blue, and that's not it, Chief. We gotta. This didn't. It fought me coming off. So, but I'm gonna try to cram a bit of this over that, so it changes the color a little bit to that teal cyan color we're looking for. There we go. Got that green rubber over the ice blue bulb the best I can. Let me go check that out. Okay, that's not any better with the green cap on. It went from ice blue to green, like that green, like green. Wasn't cyan at all. So, Carl says ice blue is better than green, or the yellow green it was with the halogen bulbs. So, we'll do that. And here we go. This is what we're looking at now. The colors show up way different on camera. This is very white blue almost, like it's, I don't know. I tried to set the button color on there to the same color as this. I think that goes better together than the previous yellow. So, Lou, do a before and after. Yeah, he did it. Yay. And now we're going to throw in the auxiliary power outlet down here. Well, there we go. We've got the infotainment system in this little Yaris completely pimped out. Wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, got more power output, more wattage to the speakers than the stock head unit did. Have your USB connection to the radio, 2 extra USB power outlets, quick charge power outlets. Got your dash cam set up here, and you can plug that into a flash drive and import all the footage off of it. Got your backup camera and stuff. But ooh, here we go. Show off that a little bit more. Or not. We'll just ignore that. Oh. Storage devices are being installed. There we go. Woo, dash cam. Woo. Anyways, yeah. We also have another bezel for this coming, possibly to eliminate these spacers on the side, just so it's silver all the way around. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with my work. I think I did a decent enough job. Well, I'll see if Carl wants to give his opinion on this whole system once he gets back from wherever he is. Oh, right. There we go. Those things are obscenely bright. I don't know why all accessory power outlet charger things that you can get always have obscenely bright LEDs on them that you can't turn off. But I think this is really nice. I appreciate this. Although some of the features with the radio doesn't really work with Carl's phone. Works with his work phone, but not his personal phone. Keep in mind, his work phone and his personal phone are the exact same model, the identical phone. Like, they could even be from the same batch. But, you know, Carl clicking on things and screwing with settings, and I don't know. But yeah, I'll see if he wants to give his final thoughts to end out this video. Thanks for coming along with me. Like, share, subscribe. I'm sure Carl's going to tell you to do the same thing. I'm sure, like, everyone on YouTube says the same thing, but please. Alright. Gonna go give this thing a little rip. I don't know if Carl is gonna show this off, but we've got Torque Pro running on here. Got all these metrics up. I like that. I like that a lot.
And this is why I don't tend to use Android Auto, because for some reason, for me, phone show's still connected. It won't work that way, so I don't know. Otherwise, it's good. The only other issue I have with this is I'm still working out their media player, because I don't know. I'm just getting used to it. It's not so much a problem. It's just trying to figure out how to set it up and use the media player they have built in, but everything else is great. I'm really loving the radio. I'm just having my standard arguments with Android Auto, which is just me. In personal phone, I can connect it by wire, and when it was connected by wire, as long as I didn't have another phone try to break in on the wireless and override what was hooked up to the wire, I've had no problem with it wired. So that's just, I don't know. I don't know why Android wireless always gives me trouble. But yeah, I'm really liking this radio and loving the new light setup. It's just so much nicer and cleaner. Oh, and the charger down there, which the wireless charger will work there, plugged in. You can see it. That will work there, plugged in. But it's a little close, so I'll knock the phone off when I put the parking brake down. But once the parking brake's down, I'm driving, that'll work. So That's kind of nice. I would like those to be a little dimmer, but they're not too bad. It's down low, so it doesn't bother you too bad. So yeah, made this car much nicer. That's it from Crazy Carl for today. And that's project. This has been a real nice one. It's nice having the car fixed up, and it's just a lot nicer to use now. So until next time, like, share, subscribe, and bug people with it. And have a good one.